The legend of Yami Yami, the guardian of the Victoria Falls, in the heart of Africa, where the Zambezi River coincides with thunderous force over the cliffs of Victoria Falls, there lies a mystical creature, known only to the oldest and the wisest of the local tribes. This creature, reviled and feared in equal measure, is called Yami Yami. Long ago, before the falls was known to the world, the people of the Batoka Plateau lived in harmony with the land and the river. They believed that the river was a living entity, a source of life, but also of great power and danger. The river, they said, was home of Yami Yami, a creature born from the spirit of the water itself. Yami Yami was not a beast of flesh and bone, but of mist and shadow. Able to make forms, some said it appeared as a giant serpent, its scales shimmering like the sprees of the falls in the sunlight. Others claimed it was a great fish with eyes that glowed like the moon reflected on the river's surface. But most agreed that Yami Yami's true form was unknown, for it could change with the flow of the river, as fluid and unpredictable as water itself. Yami Yami was both protector and punisher. It safeguarded the secret falls and the river from those who sought to exploit its power for selfish means. Fishermen who took more than they needed would find their nets empty, or worse, their boats overturned by an unseen force. Those who dared to disrespect the river, polluting its water, or harming its creatures, would hear a whispering voice on the wind, a warning that if they did not change their ways, they would face Yami Yami's wrath. Yet, Yami Yami was also known to be a benevolent guardian. During times of drought, when the river ran low and the land was parched, the people would gather by the falls to offer prayers and sacrifices. They would sing songs of praise to the spirit of the water, asking for Yami Yami's blessings. If their hearts were pure and their intentions were good, Yami Yami would answer their pleas. The river would rise, the rains would come, and the land would flourish once more. Many generations ago, a young warrior by the name of Galito, known for his bravery and strength, decided to test the legend of Yami Yami. He had heard the stories all his life, but like many young men, he was skeptical of the old tales. Galito believed that the power of the river would be harnessed, and he sought to build a great structure across the falls to control the flow of water. Despite the warnings from the elders around the village, Galito and his men began their work. They built day and night, ignoring the strange occurrences around them. Tools that went missing, ropes that snapped, and the east mist that seemed to linger around their camp. One evening, as the sun dipped low and the falls were bathed in a golden glow, Galito stood on the edge of the cliff, gazing out the river. It was then he saw a shadow in the mist, a form that was both there and not there. The creature rose from the water, towering over Galito. It had no fixed shape, shifting from serpent to fish to something more terrifying. A great formless mass of water and light. Galito felt the air grow cold, and a voice as old as the river itself spoke to him. "Why do you challenge the flow of life, young warrior?" the voice asked. "The river is not yours to command. It is the lifeblood of land and the pulse of nature itself." Galito, though brave, was humbled in the presence of Yami Yami. He fell to his knees, realizing the arrogance of his actions. "Great Spirit," he pleaded, "forgive my habits. I see now that the river is sacred, and I vow to protect it and not to control it." Yami Yami gazed at Galito for a long moment, the mist swirling around him then with a great roar that echoed like the thunder of the falls. The creature vanished, melting down into the river. The sky cleared and the mist lifted, revealing a peaceful, undisturbed landscape. Galito kept his vow, and from that day forward he became the greatest protector of the river. He passed down the story of Yami Yami to his children and his children's children, ensuring that the legend would never be forgotten. To this day, the people of the Batoka Plateau remember the tale of Yami Yami. They honor the river with ceremonies and rituals, teaching each new generation to respect the power of the river. The elders say that Yami Yami still watches over the falls, guiding them from harm and ensuring that the balance of nature is preserved. And sometimes, When the mist rises from the falls and the light hits just right, a shadow can be seen in the water, a fleeting glimpse of Yami Yami, the guardian of the Victoria Falls.